Hey, did you know I got arrested once? Me neither. A week ago, I made a video making a story video talking about how I almost got sued, and a lot of people really liked that video, and I thought that video was going to flop because I think you people only watch me for Roblox content. I'm glad people care about me more other than just shelling out constant Roblox videos. But did you know, at one point in my life, I actually got arrested? Well, not like booked arrested, but I was in the back of a cop car and it basically counted as arrested, you know? Since my dad watches all of my videos, I don't think he's really known to this information quite yet, so, Dad, if you're watching, I'm sorry. Make sure to leave a like on this video, and one like is one hope that my dad does not kill me. He won't actually, like my father likes my content a lot. So ladies and gentlemen, I present to you nonetheless of the fun time where I was basically arrested. So this story goes all the way back to when I was about in high school, I believe. I believe this is in like 10th grade or so not too long ago. It's under 5 years ago. So some information to know about me as a person that I think a lot of you can probably relate to is that when I was in school in general, I was not exactly the best student, to put it lightly. I was in middle school, like I was a perfectly fine student throughout those times, but when I got to high school, things really started to kick into me hard. Like my dysphoria got really bad, my depression got really bad, and this made me really unmotivated in school. And once again, I think a lot of us can relate to those moments where like you just do not feel like doing anything in school because like you just were too depressed to do anything. Because during those time periods, you're going through puberty and like your mind is not particularly in the right place sometimes. Another problem that I really struggled with high school was that a lot of the topics that were being taught, I just had no genuine interest in to pursue them. Like stuff like mathematics, which math is beautiful by the way, and I respect anyone with a mathematics major, but I cannot get myself to sit down and learn calculus or pre-calc or anything like that because it literally just bores me to death. And this resulted in me sleeping through a lot of my classes, like a lot. So much to the point where I was nicknamed by a lot of people in my high school as Sleepy. That was my nickname in high school. It's funny because like sometimes I'll occasionally run into an old high school colleague and they'll be like, "Hey, it's Sleepy!" So both of these in a combination at the time with depression, internal issues, and just not having any real interest in school, I would find myself skipping a lot. And if I would do this, I would just sit in the bathroom throughout most of the class periods and just be on my phone and browse stuff. Because when I used to go to high school, that's one of the only places that the people that were walking around checking for people skipping would not check. So I did that a lot, and my grades started to tumble, obviously, with this, and then it would get so bad to the point where I just felt like it was pointless to even go to school altogether. So I would just not even get up in the morning to go to school. So I would just sit at home most of my high school career and just play Minecraft faction servers. Yes, that's really how I wasted most of my youth. Now, this all seems like a foolproof plan of me just skipping school and getting away with it. However, there is a law that prevents these sort of things that could have gotten both of my parents possibly in trouble for this, for my stupidity of not realizing this. Yeah, there's a law in place for this specific kind of thing, and it is called truancy, and it is the action of staying away from school without a good reason, or absenteeism. Me being a dumb and naive 15 or 16-year-old at the time, I had no idea that this actually existed, and I didn't know that schools cared that much. And apparently, to my knowledge, not only can a child be arrested for truancy, but my parents could have been arrested for this as well, so I'm just thinking to myself, okay, I guess it's time to go back to school. Which this should be a good time and notion to point out to anyone in the audience that is dealing with stuff that I'm dealing with and happens to skip school a lot. Please do not do that. You could potentially get yourself in trouble and get your parents in trouble as well without you even knowing about it. So I went back to school and, was just there. I didn't actually go to my classes or anything. I was just there, once again, sitting in the bathrooms, all depressed and not actually partaking in my classes, which is something I heavily regret, but understanding what I was going through at the time with, like, internal depression and everything, and just the lack of motivation, that's how you have to understand my perspective with this. So now we're finally getting on to the part of the video where I got arrested. How I got arrested was that one day, me and my friend group, while we were sitting at the lunch tables eating lunch and having our own daily commutes, we were talking, and my friend had this idea to walk out from the back gates of school and just go home like that. I remember being really spooked on the idea of it, because, like, what if they catch us? What's gonna happen if, they see us leave? Is anything gonna happen? And my friend reassured me at the time that nothing was going to happen, and that, you would be perfectly fine, Kaneko Kitten. Nothing's gonna happen that's bad. Oh, was he so wrong. So we get up from the lunch tables, and we walk all the way back to the back of the school casually, and the gates were already unlocked for other, like, vehicles to come in and service vehicles. And we're like, cool. So we walk out, and literally less than 2 minutes later, a cop car pulls up behind us, and this cop gets out of the car like a Pokemon trainer wanting to battle, being like, "So what are you kids doing?" I had no excuse to tell this cop. I had no valid defense for this at all, and I was with my brother at the time, and we both were just like, we're leaving school. So this cop gives us a rundown of everything, that you can only leave the school if you're over the age of 18. At the time, I was only 16. My friend, who reassured me that everything would be okay, was 18. So as soon as he told that he was free to go, he instantly dipped from the situation. He did not care about me anymore. He left. I will never forgive him for that, man. He completely hung me out to dry with this, and I don't talk to him anymore. He's not one of my friends. I haven't spoken to the dude in literal years, and I'm probably gonna keep it that way. And me being 16, I was not allowed to leave school, so unfortunately, due to this, I was put in handcuffs, and I was arrested for leaving school without permission. And I had to sit there in that cop car for 45 minutes because the cop left to go inside of the school to talk to the people, like the counselors and everything, about what happened. I had to sit there in this hot cop car for about 45 minutes throughout everything that happened, and it was one of the worst experiences in my entire life. I remembered almost having like an actual panic attack in that cop car because it was like a situation that I genuinely did not want to be in whatsoever. So finally, 45 minutes pass, the cop comes back to the car, he uncuffs us, and he leads us to the principal's office, to which I had to have a discussion with my school principal. Now keep in mind, my school principal, through this interaction, he was the smuggest, snarkiest, slimiest person throughout all of my interactions for everything that happens next, and it was so stupid, dude. I got into the principal's office, and we sat down for like 10 seconds awkwardly while everyone shuffled around, and he just tells me, "You know you're not supposed to leave school, right?" And I'm like, wow, thanks, Captain Obvious. I had no idea about that. Me not supposed to leave school? Wow, that's new information to me, pal. Now, obviously, I did not really say that to my principal. I was just, I don't even remember the response I gave to him because I was really shy and apprehensive towards the whole situation. So 30 minutes pass of this guy talking down to me like I'm a pet dog or a complete idiot that knows that I shouldn't have done something wrong. He finally just slaps me on the wrist with like 2 weeks of detention or something, and I had to go through that, which was also not fun at all. In the 20 years that I have been living on this earth, detention in high school still remains to the absolute biggest waste of my time that I've ever involved myself in. It was like 2 weeks of me being forced to sit in the little cubicle, and I was allowed on my phone. I could read books, I could do whatever I wanted there, so I just passed the whole 2 weeks just reading Reddit. We all had to go to bathroom together. Like, you couldn't just go to the bathroom by yourself. You had to like all go at once, at one single file line, like we were literal kindergartners at the age of 16 years old. So once that finished up, and once my detention weeks were over, I just decided to drop out of high school and finish the rest of my high school career as homeschooled, which was perfectly fine. I have all of my college set up now, and everything is perfectly okay. I recommend to anyone that if you're not fitting in with public school, please try online school, or at least try like homeschool or something like that, because like public school genuinely is not for everyone, and I should have known that a really long time ago. If I had the opportunity a long time ago to be homeschooled or to have online school in my curriculum, this problem probably would have never happened, and this video probably would have never been made, because of the fact that I never would have had to deal with these issues that I was dealing in public school. I'm sorry this was not like a Grand Theft Auto tier story or anything. I promise you I did not like commit like some Payday 2 heist or something. If that's what you were expecting in this video, then I'm sorry if I have let you down. So that concludes the fun story of the one time in my life where I have been arrested, and honestly, once again, I never want to deal with it ever again. I never want to be apprehended by police at all, and it's something that I've experienced, so at least I know what it's like. Now, I would like to once again state, especially with the fact that a lot of my audience is really young, like I'm certain a lot of my people that watch my content are around the age of 13, if you find that public school is not for you, please try to invest yourself in alternative solutions, like perhaps online schooling, or maybe even homeschooling, or maybe, just maybe, even a trade school to which you can learn to be an electrician, or a plumber, or something like that that is jobs that are high demand that you can just get a skill for and work as an apprentice for years and work your way up. I just know that a lot of people out there stress about school, especially people that are younger and going through public school or something, so if you just don't find public school to be for you, you, tell your parents about it, just talk to them about it and be like saying that you want to try a different solution if possible. Anyway, hope this little history back in time was a little bit enjoyable for this video, and if you did enjoy it, please make sure to like this video, consider subscribing if you are new for daily Roblox content, and once again folks, I'll be back tomorrow with yet again another Roblox video as per usual. Do you guys enjoy these type of story videos? Do you want more? I mean, I have a lot of other things in my life that I could talk about, absolutely, but I need to know if you people have a demand for it. Let me know in the comments. I just think it's sometimes fun to step away from Roblox topics entirely and to, like, you know, discuss some things that have happened in my personal life that you might find enjoyable to listen to. Anyway, once again, if you enjoyed it, make sure to like, consider checking out my other Roblox content, and hopefully I'll see you guys and girls tomorrow with another Roblox video as per usual. Till later, see you later, I'm Kaneko Kitten, peace.